Let's look at an example where we need to find a linear function to model a given situation and use it to answer a question. Our problem here reads, the average time Americans take to upgrade their cell phones has increased approximately linearly from 23.5 months in 2012 to 29.1 months in 2016. Let t represent the number of years after the year 2000 and find a linear function f of t to model this situation. One thing it always is important to remember when you're working on a problem is what your variable represents. Here it says we want t to represent the number of years after 2000. So when the problem says that it was 23.5 in the year 2012, 2012 is 12 years after the year 2000. So we'll let our input, or you can think of it almost as an x value. In this case, it's really t, but we can think of it like x value of 12. Our function value would be 23.5. And in a similar way, it says 29.1 months in 2016. 2016 is 16 years after our starting year of 2000. We can think of this as the point 16, comma, 29.1. Now what we need to do is, as we did in previous chapters, find the equation of the line passing through these points. So first, we'll find our slope. We take our second function value, which is 29.1, minus our first function value, which is 23.5, divided by our second x value, which is 16, minus our first x value, which is 12. So when we calculate 29.1 minus 23.5, we have 5.6. When we calculate 16 minus 12, we have 4. 5.6 divided by 4, we have a slope of 1.4. So we can think of this as f of t equals, and in terms of mt plus b form, it would be 1.4 t plus b. We're just using t instead of x and f of t instead of y. Now we still need to figure out what that b is. We can use either one of our points. For example, suppose I pick that first point. I would put in 23.5 for my function value. I would put in 12 for t. And now I need to solve what b is. So let's see, 1.4 times 12, we have 16.8. So 23.5 equals 16.8 plus b. Subtract 16.8 from both sides. 23.5 minus 16.8. We get 6.7 equals b. So now that we know what b is, we could write our function as f of t equals 1.4 t plus 6.7. Now let's look at part B. It says, use this model that we just came up with to predict the amount of time the average American will take to upgrade their cell phone in the year 2024. 2024, remember, we're not going to plug that in. T is years after our starting year of 2000. So we take 2024 minus our starting year, and we get that we're going to plug in 24 for t into our function. Here we would have 1.4 times 24 plus 6.7. So calculating this, 1.4 times 24 plus 6.7, I get 40.3. So here, remember what this is. We're dealing with time. The units for time written in the problem are months. So we can say in 2024, it would take 40.3 months.